Hey guys, Mr. Rabbit's Missing, bringing you episode 18 of Tales of Xillia. Last time, well, Mila went through Fort Gandala, so I think it's Jude's turn. So let's go ahead and move forward.
So this is Fort Gandala. It looks like a steel castle.
It was built to protect the trade routes, ostensibly anyway. But now it would seem they have abandoned all pretense.
So how do we get in touch with your man on the inside?
Follow me. Jude, I need you to climb into that shaft. Tap on the wall once, twice, and then twice again. If you hear 3 taps followed by 1, that means everything is ready.
I got the go sign.
Good. Let's proceed.
Please hurry.
Good work. You have my gratitude, and that of the late Lord Klein.
Everyone in the fortress has heard what happened in Sherrilton. It's hard for any of us to come to grips with this.
I'd offer my shoulder to cry on, but we're kinda in a hurry here. What's going on inside? The short version.
Of course. Lady Dressel and the others are locked in a cell on the 2nd floor. But that's not the worst of it. All the prisoners have had their legs bound with hex shackles.
And those are?
If anyone wearing one of those shackles steps across a hex zone like the one over there, then it's designed to explode.
What? So even if we free them from their cells, they won't be able to escape until we can disable those shackles.
It would take far too long to track down the keyholder. I suggest we seize the fortress's control room instead. Then we can deactivate the whole security system.
We've been unable to pin down the control room's location. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, we'll figure the rest out. You've been a huge help.
Not to put the car before the horse, but we should make sure we have a way out of here.
Would you see to our escape plan?
Yes, sir. We'll commandeer a carriage. Here, you'll need this key. It allows you to operate the elevators.
Alright, so our item shop is right here. We got, yeah, pretty much. The item shop's here, and then save points right here. However, neither of these doors we can actually go through, I don't think. Yeah, I think both of them are sealed shut. So whereas Mila and Elise and Drizel had a life that's relatively restricted thanks to the hex shackles, we are severely unrestricted, so we're going to be able to go through a lot more. As a result, Jude's story for Fort Gandala is a lot more complicated because he can go a lot more places than they can. So it's going to be a little bit more confusing, but I guess it's just kind of how it goes. So I believe we have to go through this door, and this is the only door we can actually physically go through. Actually, correction, we can actually go through the door on the opposite side. So, remember this location for later. Do I have food activated? I hope I don't have food activated. I'm gonna run. I think this is the first time I've ever run. So, you just have to wait till your escape meter runs out, and then you can go ahead and leave. I think... Oh, I don't have food active. Okay, cool. I thought I might, but I guess I don't. So actually, the control room we need is right here, but we need a key to open it just like the other.
4 symmetrical floors surrounding a large...
Central passage. Be careful not to get
How would
lost.
Butler possibly know that? Just who are you?
Who is... Ooh. Ooh. I think this is actually one of our first instances of a Bakura. So I'm going to take care of these guys first, and then I'm going to go ahead and have at the Bakura.
Over already?
Alright. So yeah, again, going in here, I'm not going to ingest any food simply because it's just not worth it. I think the Bakura... Shit. So, the Bakura are the only enemies in this game that will actually run away from you initially. So if they see you, they're going to run, and then if you take too long, they will just disappear. So unfortunately for me, I got spotted, and it started running away from me. And there's not much I can do about that. The only way to approach them without making them run away is by walking at them, or sneaking towards them. Which is possible thanks to holding circle. Unfortunately... also, if you ingest a dark bottle, which I don't think is an item we've actually seen yet, but dark bottles basically make it so enemies will run towards you. And for enemies that would normally run towards you, it's just basically treated as if they have super aggro, so the steam over their head. So, but in the case of Bakura, it changes them from flee to attack. So, also, although Jude has... Oh, it's back. Alright, so I'm actually going to go ahead and sneak my way over there. I'm not taking any chances. But because the Bakuras are just boxes, they don't actually have a face. So I treat it as if they're kind of like sound-based enemies or something. But yeah, they don't actually have the ability to sense you if you are just walking towards them. So, let's go ahead and run into this guy. So, one thing to state, they are resistant to every single elemental type, and they are really tough defensively. I also find that the Bakura are also one of the easiest things to practice Jude's pivot snap on, just because its attack patterns are really obvious. So, and it doesn't do too much damage either, so you can just kind of just go ham on it.
Man, are we good or what?
And as you can see, it provides hella experience, 5,000. It's basically kind of like a boss in itself in terms of experience. There are 3 types of Bakura in the game, I believe. The regular one, the silver one, which we just ran into, and then there's also gold. So, where they appear depends completely on the area where you're at. So, in places like Fort Gandala, silver ones will appear. The rarity of the ones that appear, or rather the better types appear later in the game. So, for a place like Fort Gandala and probably a couple of places before Fort Gandala, so I'm gonna guess probably Burgundy Gorge and whatnot, they'll probably have silver Bakura. And then places like in super early game are going to have things like the regular Bakura. So, and then late game areas, which we probably haven't come across yet, will have gold Bakura. That's pretty much all there is to the Bakura. Sometimes it's good. I'm not sure exactly if they... Or at least, as you can tell by the silver, it doesn't actually give gold. It only gives experience. So if you have something like a spicy chicken roll and you're under level, then definitely go at it with something like a spicy chicken roll, which gives you a bonus 100% experience. Or 80% or something like that. Some really high number. So, and then as per usual, this dungeon will consist of block pushing and sliding puzzles and whatnot, so. Alright, we got an all divide. And then one more thing that I'm going to say about the Bakura is that they have a 5% chance of appearing in whatever area. So, no more, no less. So, they are extremely rare, but on the off chance that they do appear, definitely try to get at them because they will give you a lot of good stuff. Alright, I think that pretty much clears this particular floor of Fort Gandala. So, let's go ahead and head to the upper level 2nd floor, which is not where we need to go. We need to go to the upper level 3rd floor in order to progress. And by super aggro that I was mentioning earlier, do you see how these guys have steam over their heads? I don't think I've actually really talked about it, but yeah, that's what I like to call super aggro. So, got a stat booster from that chest, so that's a good thing to pick up. This one's locked from the inside. A lot of these are going to be locked from the inside. The only way to get at them is to, well, get on the inside. So there's not actually anything much on this floor other than that chest from the looks of it. Yeah, I'm not even seeing any gather points or bags or anything. So I'm going to spam Demon Fist a little more than usual here, simply because I'm trying to level up the art itself. Because after a certain amount of usages of particular arts, they can become better. So the arts themselves become a little bit more adapted to, well, what they're doing. So in the case of Demon Fist, if you use it enough, it'll start piercing through enemies, which is really solid. At least I think that's how that works. I don't know. Let's look at my Demon Fist usage. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. Either that or there's a skill somewhere in Jude's skill tree that makes it so that Demon Fist pierces through. Which, by the way, is super nice, especially when you're fighting like a large group of enemies. I need to stop getting back attacked. Anyway. Let's see. Ooh. I think it's the first time we've seen these guys right here.
Victory. Well done, everyone.
Alright, and we're getting some pretty good materials out of here, too. Alright, Silver Helm. I think that's probably worse than the armor we currently have equipped, but if you're not going super ham on the shops like me, that might be good to pick up. And it's also a nice little item to sell as well. Anyway, let's try this door. Oh, and we've got a block.
Looks like I can move this box.
Pushing puzzle, and this will be Jude's first time pushing a block, which is why he is stating the obvious. Alright, let's get up. And let's go ahead and hop down. And if we want those chests, by the way, if I wanted to, I could just flat out unlock this door right here, which means that this door is now forever unlocked, so I don't have to go back should I need to leave for some reason. Alright, anyway, so let's go ahead and complete this block pushing puzzle. I think we have to do this anyway, simply because we actually need to get towards the vents. That's our next destination. Excuse me. Alright. So yeah, we're gonna get these pair of chests and head through the vent. Upsy daisy. And then as another statement, referring back to the last episode, it's been a little bit since I've recorded, but just to state back, I have at this...
I felt that in my back.
Oh, Rowan. But yeah, at this point, I have gone through Mila's story in a different New Game Plus file. So, yeah, that's the thing. So now Mila, like Jude, has the 5 times experience turned on. And a couple of other things. I forget what exactly, but... Oh yeah, I inherited shop levels. That's what I did for that. So it was what? 5 times experience, inherit shop levels, and a couple of other things as well. Or not a couple, but, you know. But yeah. So that's kind of what Mila's side story is looking like. It's a lot more, well, the weapons and stuff are a lot better. simply because, well, inheriting shop levels, and I had a lot of levels in each and every one of the things. Like, the item and food shop, which I invested in the least, were at, like, level 40. Armor and weapons were at, like, 80. And then I think accessories were, what were accessories? I don't know. Probably somewhere in the 60s if I'm not mistaken. So I just got some fine boots, which I think are just flat out, better than the leather boots. I'm going to hold on to the leather boots for later, simply because I'm probably going to be getting better stuff. Alright, so that's pretty much all we can do here, I think? No, we can actually push this guy over here and see what's on the other side of this place right here, which is a vent thingy. Alright, let's try going through this vent and see what's on the other side of this one. Oh, another block pushing puzzle. I don't think I've actually ever seen this block pushing puzzle before, actually. This is a situation. How would one go about doing this one? I wonder. Because basically, in order to... Wow. This is a very complicated puzzle. I'm actually... Oh, okay, I see. Okay. So, we need to push this guy all the way to the end. And then... I'm gonna pull out. Push. So I gotta... Okay, now I see. Alright, so now push this guy. Now pull him. Well, I had to push him one more block. Either way. And then go ahead and grab the chest. And our prize is Splint Mail. Now, I don't know if I actually... Aw, dang. Well, at least I found out that it's the equal level of what I have Alvin at, so Alvin's actually kind of behind on her. Anyway, so that's not actually the way we go, but just a nice little complicated block puzzle. That one was actually a little bit more challenging than the other ones in here. So that was a pleasant surprise. But where we actually need to go, we've actually already been, which is over here. Go ahead and clank it up. And the vent we actually need to go through is just right here. And then I'm just going to do a double check that we got everything from here, and let's move forward. And like Mealicide, we got the Afro guys. So, however, they don't give you as much as they would normally, as they give in the other stories. Oh god, this stun is stupid.
Nice one. Man, are we good or what?
Yeah.
Ouch.
So yeah, they don't give good experience or gold or
That soldier had a
anything.
key on him. I believe it will grant us access to the control room.
I thought you said hunting for keys was a waste of time.
Life is full of surprises, mercenary.
Lessons from a butler. Just what I needed.
Oh, Rowan, you trollsy old man, you. Alright, and with that, we have the control room key, and actually I've explored every other nook and cranny that I think is possible to explore. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and head towards that control room. So, as a reminder, we're going to lower first floor, or upper first floor, I guess. And then we are going to exit. Then we're going to go straight across the hall. And then our next destination is inside here. But I'm going to call the episode here. So, sorry again for another short episode, just like the Mila story, but trust me on this one, you gotta... This next episode that's coming up here is going to be really, really intense and super cutscene heavy, so for the sake of time, I'm going to just cut it here, and I have quite the editing job ahead of me, because what you see is well, very different from both sides. So, this is going to be quite an editing job I'm going to have to do for this next set of cutscenes that are coming up here. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me. This has been Mr. Happy is Missing, and I'll see you in the next video.